Hey guys, up here for TFBTV at SHOT Show 2023. We are still at the Palmetto State Armory booth. We keep trying to leave, but they just keep making more guns, so we're still talking about them. We're talking to Mike about the new H&R series of retro rifles. And for people who don't know who you are, I mean, this is what you do, right?
Yeah, it's pretty much my life. I was the owner of NoDak Spud up in Minnesota. We were doing AK receivers, retro AR stuff, and I was contacted by PSA in 2020 to provide forgings for a retro line. And I went down to visit, and they basically made me an offer I couldn't refuse. And now I'm the CEO of H&R. NoDak Spud is a subsidiary of H&R, so we will be bringing back some of the NoDak products also. The sight sets, and some AK receivers, AR-180 receivers, stuff like that. But lately I've been concentrating on bringing the retro stuff to market, receivers, parts, complete rifles, stuff like that.
So PSA owns the H&R brand currently?
Correct, yeah. The H&R brand was purchased along with DPMS and a couple others out of the Remington bankruptcy a couple years ago. And basically, Jamin's plan was to resurrect the H&R brand with retro ARs, eventually an M1 Garand, and then some other stuff.
So the H&R brand has maybe a lot of history that perhaps not everybody's super aware of, but like, what also does that mean in terms of aesthetics and roll mark branding, that kind of stuff?
Well, H&R has been around since 1880s, and they did a lot of revolvers, shotguns, single shots. They also produced M1 Garands during Korea, the rising submachine guns in World War II, and of course M16s during the Vietnam era. So the trademark, the early trademark was a bullseye, H&R, similar to what you saw on the NEF guns on those boxes. The Lion trademark was the 60s trademark specifically to the M16s. And I wanted to lead with that roll mark since that was, what was on the M16 rifles. Eventually, when I bring out some sporting guns, we'll resurrect the older trademark on that.
So these are physically clone correct guns, but the advantage of having that trademark in that name is that they are also roll mark correct, which I know matters a lot for people who like
and
rifles.
This is truly, we own H&R. We are H&R. So this is an actual factory-made M16A1, albeit semi-auto, but it is a factory H&R M16, basically. And the first complete rifles that we're going to do on these are going to be the low serial numbers. So I actually started shipping the stripped lowers and uppers last June. I started higher than maybe serial number 110. So the low serial numbers will be built into the first batch of guns. So the guys that are lucky enough to get one might get a 2-digit serial number.
That's awesome. So what are the guns that are currently in the lineup?
We have the M16A1 right here, of course. Probably coming out with these by the end of March. We're going to do a 1-in-7 twist and 1-in-12 twist barrel. We have a 723 carbine, sort of a late 80s transitional carbine. We've already been shipping some of these this week. First batch went out on Monday, sold out by Tuesday morning. And then we've got a 635 9mm style. Again, this one probably sometime by end of March. We're also going to offer these in a strip, a upper half and a lower half. I haven't worked out pricing, but the full carbine will probably have to be a 16-inch barrel just because of the brace thing. But we'll offer a shorty upper half and then a complete lower so people can do what they want.
Right on. You guys are starting with the A1 style or C7 style upper that doesn't have the adjustable elevation dial. Are you guys going to be moving into the A2 style uppers at some point in the future?
Actually, we physically have forgings for all 4 types of uppers: the slick side, A1, C7, and A2. There will be a gray H&R M16A2, just like the early ones in the 80s. And also, our partner DPMS is going to come out with some DPMS carry handle guns too. Traditionally, DPMS had a slick side. They had a C7 and an A2. So they're going to do sort of their stuff, and then I'm going to do more clone correct stuff.
Yeah, I know. I'm super excited to see the resurrection of the DPMS Kitty Cat with, I think, the C7 style upper. Completely useless, ludicrous gun, but just one of the coolest things ever made.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And actually, we've been talking with Randy Luth, the original owner of DPMS, and I know Randy from Minnesota. The Minnesota firearms industry is sort of incestuous, and everybody knows everybody. I actually bought parts from DPMS out of the garage in Osseo, Minnesota in 1988 for my AR build and in a 1911.
Yeah, people know that you are the guy who's been doing this for the longest time, and if somebody has one of these carry handle uppers out there, they probably look at it and see the NDS stamp on the side.
We did remove the NDS forge code off of the A1 uppers. I thought make it a little bit more authentic for our clone builds, just I don't know. NDS isn't gone away. It's still an entity. We're going to change the focus of the brand a little bit.
There's basically nothing stopping you guys from making essentially any period correct M16 style rifle that you want, because you guys can make the receivers for it, and then the rest is just small parts at that point.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, NoDak owns H&R, PSA, et al. We own an A1, the correct A1 upper forging die. We have an A1 forging die, an XM16E1 partial fence, and the slick side 601 style. So essentially, we can build anything.
Yep.
And the nice thing is we can mix and match components and get different models with the stuff I already have in-house. So there'll be limited runs of various carbines, different rifles, maybe Air Force 604. I'm definitely going to do a 653 carbine, which is the A1 component carbine, basically same as a 723, but A1 components, and that one I'll do in gray anno. There's lots of fun stuff we can do with the retro.
Awesome. And the best place for people to find this stuff is just directly from PSA, right? They'll all come up on PSA's website?
Correct. Yeah, at this point in time, all of the stuff is on the PSA website in the H&R section. Eventually, I'm going to flesh out an H&R website, and we'll have a shopping cart on there, but that might take a year or two.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for walking us through the fine details. I think this is the kind of stuff people are getting way more into these days. So
oh, yeah. Big
cool.
upturn in the retro stuff and demand for carry handle uppers.
Oh, yeah. Carry handle and quad rail. It's what people like these days. Yeah. All right. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned. TFBTV at SHOT Show 2023. I think we can leave PSA now.